Hey guys, this is the Anonymous Reality TV blogger. We are reviewing Love Island Australia Season 3, Episode 3, and it is packed and loaded. First and foremost, I want to say I love this season. I think it is much better than last season. There's already been so much drama already. The episode picks off with Lexi, of course, choosing Ryan, taking Ryan from Ari, and the fallout and the aftermath of all of that. And so immediately, like, you see Ari and Ryan kind of giving each other a look. You see Ari and Aaron kind of giving each other a look. And then, the guys kind of separate, and then the girls all go over to Ari, and Lexi kind of tells her, it's nothing personal, blah, blah, blah. And Ari is basically saying, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And that she was upset with Ryan that he basically just kind of ditched her and just didn't say anything, even though it wasn't really his decision. And then you go over to Ryan, and Ryan is talking with the guys and, basically saying that Ari is upset, but she's trying to be prideful about it. And Aaron suggests that Ryan go over there and talk to her tonight versus waiting till tomorrow to talk to her and smooth things over, because he said then it's too late. You don't know what can happen. And so then Ryan pulled Ari aside and basically was like, wanted to get her thoughts and this and that. And, she basically said that, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And also that she didn't want him to sleep in the bed with Lexi tonight, and that if he was serious about her, that he would sleep outside. And then he flipped it back on her and asked her, well, if you were in the situation and somebody picked you, would you sleep outside because of me? And she really didn't say anything after that. And afterwards, Ryan tried to kiss Ari, to basically make sure things were still on the up and up. And she rejected him, essentially. And so then after that, Lexi and Ryan talk. And, basically she tells him that it's fine. She gives him an out, that if he does not want to sleep in the bed with her, he doesn't have to. But of course, Ryan, who slept with 500 women, is not going to turn down the opportunity to sleep in bed with another woman who just chose him. So we go to the nighttime activities. Also, I think Jessica and Aaron, they're getting along more. They're talking a lot more. And so as we get to the nighttime routine, we see Lexi rubbing Ryan's back, and the camera keeps going over to Ari because she's next to the bed where Jess and Aaron are talking. And so she keeps she sees them and sees what's happening via the mirror, via the reflection, but then she keeps turning her back to the other side. So that was kind of where they left off with things. The next morning, Ari said in the confessional basically that she had a good night sleeping. She enjoyed herself. However, she did not enjoy the fact that she was dumped and is single. And the fact that, another female basically took the guy that she was coupled up with. But she basically told Jess the following morning that she is done with Ryan and that she'll keep it cordial, she'll keep it cute with him, but she's no longer interested. So then the next morning goes around. Courtney and Ari get text messages from the new guys, Chris and Mitch, that they want to go out on dates with them. And so everybody was freaking out. Everybody was excited. And the way that the dates were set up was for Mitch and Chris, they basically had a side-by-side date with Courtney and Ari. And it was really beautiful. It was on the beach. It was on the water. Champagne and strawberries, I believe. Very nice scenery, very beautiful ambiance for the date. much better than the cheap date in the driveway the other day that Lexi had with Aaron, Ryan, and Taku. And so essentially, Chris and Courtney vibed really well. Mitch and Ari vibed really well. They're very tall. I think Mitch is the one that's the ex-AFL player. But Chris is kind of like the dreamy one that just like is extremely good looking. And the girls are like over the moon. I think they're both 25 years old, so they're older than some of the guys there and seem a lot more mature, a lot more complimentary and this and that. And so Ari and Courtney come back first to kind of tell the girls, what the guys look like. And then Taku is in the confessionals kind of nervous and, basically saying he needs to get to work. And then next thing the guys come in and it pans to the men because, Chris and Mitch obviously are a lot bigger than the guys that are in the villa. So everybody's kind of sizing each other up and asking a bunch of questions and trying to get to know the men. And so then the guys and girls separate again. And then Ari then says to the girls, we should all get in the hot tub and we should bring in the new guys, to get with them. And so she tells Chris and Mitch, who happened to be sitting with Ryan, that they can come in the hot tub. She was like, all of them. And then one of the other girls was like, no, just Chris and Mitch. And so then they turned on the hot tub. And so Taku was mad in the confessional because he's like, we've already been here for like a day and a half, nearly 2 days, and the girls haven't offered no hot tub to us that they'll unpack and do all this other stuff, but they have not offered up no hot tub. So they were kind of in their feelings with that. It looked like they didn't stay in the hot tub long because it wasn't really as warm as they would have liked. And Chris was getting cold because it just wasn't warm at all. And so then Chris and Rachel had a chat and they really connected well. He found out that they had a lot in common. They both like Harry Potter, and Chris used to do like voiceovers for Harry Potter and did different things on TikTok pertaining to Harry Potter and such. So she's like in dreamland. She's like, if this is my pizza order, this is everything that I would have wanted. And she's ecstatic and over the moon. Jess also feels good about the fact that she can kind of freely pursue things with Aaron. And then we also saw a conversation on the swings with Jordan and Rachel, to where Rachel kind of basically friend zoned him, and Jordan basically was having regrets because now that he sees how Jess and Aaron are interacting, he feels like he shot himself in the foot by kissing Rachel too soon. So basically now that he's left with nobody, he kind of feels in his feelings a little bit. And so essentially now he's on the move as well. So him and Taku, and I even feel Ronnie are vulnerable right now because it doesn't seem their connections are going as planned. Even with Tina, she doesn't seem as into Ronnie as she was the other day, and she kind of felt like there was a wall up. So definitely these OG guys are on notice. A lot of them are. And I think it's going to be very interesting this season how much we see these OGs that'll dump versus how often these OGs get to the end and so forth. So we go to kind of the nighttime activities, and there's a game called Spill the Tea with all these little tea bags that have little dares and things on there where people kind of say who do they think is the best looking. And somebody said Rachel. Mitch was getting tons of action in terms of a 3-way kiss with, I believe it was Courtney and Tina. I want to correctly say that. And I think he got a lap dance from Lexi. I think also it was just a lot of action. Jess whispered something naughty into Aaron's ear that was supposed to turn him on. Taku and Mitch had an arm wrestling event, and whoever won the arm wrestling got to kiss whoever they wanted. I think Ronnie felt away seeing Jordan and Tina kiss because he was not feeling that. And then Jordan went over to Taku and kind of gave him a random kiss that was kind of out of the blue. And so it was just a lot of vibes. And then we see a preview for episode 4 for tonight's episode where essentially it looks like, I feel like it's going to be Jordan that is doing the fruit platter date with Jess as a last ditch effort to show interest and also stay in the game ahead of whenever the next recoupling is. And Aaron made some comment that was like, what if he flips his arm up and spills the fruit platter or whatever? And I don't know if it actually happened or not, but it looked like there was an argument that happened with Aaron, but they cut to Taku, but I don't think it was Taku that was in the argument. I think that's just editing. I think the argument is between Aaron and Jordan because Jordan basically didn't want anything to do with Jess anymore once he had kissed Rachel, but now that he is nobody, now he's stepping it back up again, trying to win Jess back since they're still not sleeping in the same beds and whatnot. And Aaron's basically coming for him like, listen, you had your chance, dude. This is who I wanted from the start. Let me do me. So that is all I have for today's episode. And again, tonight will be episode 4, which I will review as well. Please let me know your guys' thoughts. And if you guys are enjoying the new season of Love Island Australia, I want to say for the record, the cast is very entertaining. They have been bringing the drama every single episode. Even when you think people are, wifed up and coupled up, there still seems to be drama. Everybody, specifically the women, really seem open to getting to know everybody and not as tied down as a lot of seasons will go to where they're scared to get to know other people. Whereas right off the bat, everybody is ready to get to know everybody, regardless if they're in a couple or not. So that is really refreshing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will be back later on today to talk about episode 4. Talk to you guys soon.